today we're gonna make lemony lentil soup. It's a great recipe actually for any time of year, but especially during corn season. We missed fresh corn season this year, so we're gonna be using canned corn. So just laid out in front of me, I have all the ingredients. I have my stock, and I have my lentils and corn, onion. My spices are pre-measured, so it's nice and fast. My carrots. And so that's really all we need. We're just gonna get right to chopping the veggies. So I'm just gonna chop the carrots into nice little bite-sized pieces. I'm not a huge fan of big chunks in my soup, especially if you have little ones. I'm sure they appreciate the small bite-sized pieces. So next we're gonna chop the onion. Now, if I'd been thinking, I probably could have cut the onion and the garlic and got it sauteing while I cut the carrot, but I did not plan ahead. So we're gonna get all of our veggies cut up, and I just like to portion them into bowls, and that way I can just easily dump them into the soup pan or soup pot as everything is cooking. It's also a great way for the kids to help. They can dump in all the veggies as they're needed. So I'm just going to transfer the onion into a bowl, and then I'm going to heat up the pot. So it's on medium-high heat, and as soon as the pot gets a little bit warm, we're going to add the onion and the carrot, and then while that's sauteing, we'll chop the garlic. The easiest way to get the skins off the garlic is just put it on your cutting board, put your knife over top, and give it a little tap. And then the skin peels off really nicely and very easily. So already in the pan is about a tablespoon of oil, and it's nice and warm now. Sounds a little sizzly, so we're gonna add the onion. And we're gonna add our carrot. We're gonna add a little bit of salt and pepper. Give it a little stir. And we're gonna let this cook until the onions start to soften up and turn translucent. Make sure that your heat isn't too high. You don't want the onions to burn. So probably medium to medium high is good, and just stir it frequently. Okay, so now we're gonna zest the lemon. Before we cut the lemon, we're gonna need lemon juice for this recipe, but we also need lemon zest. So there's two different ways we can do that. I have a lemon zester, very easy. If you happen to have one, you're just going to wash your lemon and then just run your lemon gently, with a little bit of pressure, just along the zester. And then you're gonna get all this nice lemon skin. It smells so good. An alternate way to do it is to very carefully take your knife and try to cut off little pieces of the lemon skin, kind of like you're skinning an apple. You want to try not to get too much of the white part. That part's pretty bitter. So you're just going to get these little pieces of the lemon peel, the lemon rind, and then you can mince them just like you would with garlic. So I'm just preparing the lemon juice. So the lemon zest and the lemon juice are going to go in at the very end of the recipe. And I do recommend, the recipe calls for the zest of 1 lemon and the juice, but add it kind of slowly to taste, depending on how strong you want the lemon flavor. So I have a lemon juicer, it's very handy, and it just squeezes the lemon out, but alternately you could just use your hand into a bowl first, that way you don't get any seeds into your soup. So the onions are nice and fragrant, and they are almost translucent, and the carrots have softened up a little bit. So we're gonna add the garlic now. We add the garlic more towards the end because it's a little bit sensitive and we don't want it to burn. We just want it to cook enough so that it gets fragrant and a little bit softened. So 1 to 2 minutes for the garlic. Okay, so the vegetables are looking great. So now we are going to add the lentils. We're gonna add the corn. We're gonna add the spices. And then 6 cups of broth. So I use Better Than bouillon. So I have 6 teaspoons of that, and I have 6 cups of water. Okay, so once everything is in there, we're gonna do another little round of salt and pepper. Actually, I'm gonna leave out the salt because the bouillon's really salty, so I'm just gonna do pepper. And give it a little stir. Okay, we're gonna reduce the heat to medium-low and bring it up to a simmer. And just let those lentils get nice and soft. Okay, this soup has been cooking covered for about 15 minutes, and the lentils are nice and soft. In the recipe, it calls for you to take out some of the soup and blend it, but honestly, the lentils break down and it's so nice and thick, I don't think you need to do that. You can if you want. I'm not gonna do that. It smells so good. We are gonna add the lemon juice. I'm gonna add half of what I have here and then taste it and then add more as I need it. I'm also gonna add probably about a teaspoon or so of the lemon zest and then taste it. So I ended up adding all of the lemon juice. Probably could even have had a bit more. I might squeeze some more in just for fun. And all of the lemon zest as well. Make sure with the lemon zest though, you do it to taste because sometimes it can make it a little bit bitter. And I think the consistency is so nice and thick and hearty. This is a fiber, protein-packed, simple, easy dinner that your kids can even make for you if you chop the veggies for them. So I would serve this with a nice thick piece of beer bread.